Hello everybody, I wanted to give you guys an update on the 53 Weather Bureau Weather Wheel restoration. I got the chassis mostly done with the sympathetic restoration that I planned. You can see, got it on its side right now because I just painted the base, but the compressor's painted. I have to get some new insulation here. This crumbled off, so I need to find some of that. I could use the Dynamet stuff. If I could find this stuff, I'd rather put this in. I painted the blower motor blue because I think these Fetters blower motors were a bluish gray color originally, but there's never any paint left on them. So this is the first one I've attempted to paint, and hopefully I didn't wreck it. I'm very fearful of getting anything near these blower motors. Painted the shroud. Coils have been new brighted the fan. Of course, there's a certain amount of pitting in the fan that doesn't go away. I actually found new hardware. I went to Ace Hardware and I brought one of the original screws with me, and I got new screws, same size, same Phillips head, whole box for $5. So rather than trying to wire brush these old screws, figured it's maybe either straightened out the fins on the condenser. Even these screws actually tighten on here, which is really unbelievable. And I put new nuts. Well, I'm not gonna be able to make it out. And, where the condenser, yeah, in there, where the condenser bolts to the frame, I got new nuts there. And I got the new capacitor. This is the correct, perfect replacement for these units. I'm gonna get the box and show it to you. So this is the original capacitor, which had no markings left on it. So I did not know what it was. However, Russ had mentioned in one of his videos that it's 147 microfarad at 110 volts. So I went to a store called Sid Harvey. You could probably get these on eBay as well. And they had these in 110 volt rating and 220 volt rating. So I first got the 110 volt rating capacitor, and it was about a third smaller than this, so it wouldn't fit in the factory bracket. Well, I then realized that from 1953 to now, capacitors have gotten a lot smaller. So 110 volt capacitor that fit in this size can in 1953 can now fit in like 40% smaller can. I went back and brought this original one and compared it to the 220 volt rated capacitor, and it was the perfect size. And there's never an issue going with a higher voltage rated capacitor. You just want to keep the value as close to accurate as possible. You don't want to go to a lower voltage capacitor because you will overload it. But if the voltage rating is higher than what it originally called for, that is perfectly fine. So the capacitor in question, for anybody that has one of these weather bureaus, is this Packard PTMJ 145 motor start capacitor, 145 to 174 microfarad. It fits perfectly and it works perfectly. So I just painted the underneath of the frame. This is in khaki, and it's a damn close match. And you can kind of see that's the original tan inside there, and this is the repaint, so it's very close. Now the case, this must have been laying on a spack for it to rot right where it did. So I started to sand it. I put a little bit of primer here, and I'm going to try to get this as straight as possible and then build this out with JB Weld. It should come out okay. It's not structural or anything. So this needs some more sanding, and then it'll get primed and painted. You can also see the original color here. But at any rate, this is where we are with the weather wheel. Well, one thing I should point out, I did have a bit of a mishap with the New Bright. You can kind of see some bleaching in here in the finish. It hit this by accident when my nozzle in my New Bright tank got stuck. and it made this a little cloudy, and this is a little bleached. I'm gonna try soaking the paints with some polish to see if it might go away, but it's annoying. So just be very careful to use New Bright. You don't want to get it on any painted surfaces that you care about. It's okay on the chassis if you're going to paint the chassis, obviously the coils, but don't get on anything else. Avoid at all costs. So anyways, that's where we are with the 53 Fetters. I'm sure I'll have an update in a few days. Thanks for watching.